If you run a charity or a small non-profit, you have probably felt this. There is a cause you believe in deeply. There are people out there who would care about it if only they knew. And yet, the marketing side feels like a wall. You do not have the time, the money, or the training to climb. Here is the good news. You do not need a big budget or an agency to get started. You need focus, a few free foundations, and the discipline to do a small number of things well. In the next few minutes, I will walk you through where to actually begin when you have almost no money and very little time. So the effort you do have goes to the things that move your cause forward. One honest note before we start. This channel is educational only. I'm not affiliated with or endorsed by Google, Meta, or any platform or grant program, and nothing here is an official partnership. Nothing in this video is legal, tax, or compliance advice. And because the rules and features of free programs and platforms change over time, please treat everything here as background and always verify the current details with the official source before you rely on it. Start with one person and one message. Before you post anything or build anything, get clear on two things: who you are trying to reach and the one core message you want them to remember. Most small charities try to talk to everyone at once, and the result is that no one feels spoken to. Instead, picture one real person. Maybe it is a local parent who might volunteer on a weekend, or a small business owner who could sponsor a project, or someone who has just discovered your cause and wants to help but does not know how. Give that person a face in your mind. Then ask what single idea you most want them to walk away with. Not 10 things. 1. It might be as simple as we help families in this neighborhood get through a crisis, or we plant trees where this city needs them most. When you know who you are talking to and the one thing you want them to feel, every other decision, from what to write to which photo to use, gets easier. A little focus at this stage saves you months of scattered effort later. Put the free foundations in place first. Once you are clear on the person and the message, resist the urge to jump straight onto social media. First, put a few free foundations in place because these are the things you actually own and control. The first foundation is a simple, clear home online. That can be a modest website or even a single landing page, as long as a stranger can land on it and within a few seconds understand who you help, why it matters, and what to do next, whether that is donate, volunteer, or join your list. Clarity beats cleverness here every time. The second foundation is your free listings. Many platforms let charities and local organizations claim a free profile, for example, a Google business profile that helps people find you when they search, and there are programs aimed specifically at nonprofits, such as Google for Nonprofits, that may unlock free tools if your organization is eligible. I am not affiliated with any of these, and the exact features and eligibility change, so check the official pages for what is offered right now. The third foundation, and the one people most often skip, is an email list you actually own. We will come back to why that matters, but for now, just start collecting email addresses from anyone who cares with their permission from day one. Own your channels before you rent them. Here is a distinction that will save you a lot of heartache. The difference between owned channels and rented ones. Your email list and your website are owned. You control them. No one can take them away, and when you want to reach the people on your list, you simply do. Social media accounts, by contrast, are rented. You are building an audience on land you do not own, and the platform decides who sees your posts, how often, and whether things keep working the way they do today. None of that is a reason to avoid social media, but it is a strong reason to treat your email list and website as the priority. Followers are borrowed attention. An email subscriber is a direct line you keep. So as you grow, always be nudging people from the rented channels toward the owned ones. A social post is worth far more when its real job is to turn a passing viewer into someone on your list. Pick one or two channels you can sustain. Now the practical question. Where should you actually show up? The temptation is to be everywhere, on every platform, because that feels like more reach. In practice, being everywhere with no time means being invisible everywhere. So pick one, maybe two, channels you can genuinely sustain and let the rest wait. Choose based on two things: where the person you pictured earlier already spends time and what you can realistically keep up. If your supporters are older and local, an email newsletter and one social platform might be plenty. If your cause is visual, one image or video platform you post to consistently will beat 5 accounts you update once and abandon. An abandoned account can actually hurt trust because a visitor who finds a page with nothing new for a year wonders if you are still active. One channel done consistently, month after month, builds far more than 5 done in occasional bursts. You can always add a channel later once the first one is a comfortable habit. Tell one specific story, not an abstract pitch. When you do post or write, the single biggest upgrade you can make is this. Tell one specific story instead of talking about yourself in the abstract. Most charity communication sounds like a mission statement. We are dedicated to improving outcomes for the community through sustainable programs. That is true, and it is forgettable. People do not connect to abstractions, they connect to one real person, one moment, one change. Instead of saying, "We helped hundreds of families last year," tell the story of one family, what their evening looked like before, what changed after, and the small moment that captured it. Instead of "We provide education," show one learner and the door that opened for them. Use a real name and a real photo where you have permission, and be honest and specific. One vivid true story does more to move a heart and a donation than a page of statistics. Keep the numbers for credibility, but lead with the human being. Measure only the few things that matter. It is easy to drown in numbers, so measure only the few that actually matter to your cause. For most small charities, that is a very short list. How many people visited your site or page? How many signed up to your email list? And how many took the action you care about most, usually a donation or a volunteer commitment? That is it to begin with. Likes and follower counts feel good, but they are what we call vanity metrics, and they rarely tell you whether your cause is moving forward. A quiet post that sent 10 people to your donate page did more than a popular one that sent none. So each month, look at those few numbers, ask what nudged them, and do more of what worked. You do not need fancy tools for this. Most platforms and email services show these basics for free. The goal is not a perfect dashboard, it is a simple habit of noticing what turns attention into support. Consistency beats bursts. If I could leave you with one working rhythm, it would be this. Consistency beats bursts. Many charities pour everything into one big campaign, go quiet for months, then scramble again before the next event. That pattern is exhausting, and it teaches your audience to forget you between the spikes. A steadier approach wins. One honest email a month, 1 or 2 posts a week you can actually keep up, a website you refresh now and then. Small and regular builds trust, keeps you in people's minds, and compounds over time the way savings do. It is also far kinder to you and your volunteers, because a pace you can sustain is a pace you will not burn out on. Pick a rhythm that fits your real life, write it into a simple calendar, and protect it. The charities that grow online are rarely the loudest. They are usually the most consistent. Where to go from here? So here is your starting point, in order. Get clear on one person and one message. Put the free foundations in place, a clear website or landing page, your free listings, and an email list you own. Pick 1 or 2 channels you can sustain. Tell one specific story rather than an abstract pitch, and measure only the few things that matter. That is genuinely enough to begin, and it is more than most small charities ever put in place. In future videos, I will go deep on each piece on its own, including how the Google Ad Grant concept works for eligible nonprofits, how to build and use an email list, how to make one social channel work without burning out, and how to shape a website that turns visitors into supporters. For today, do not try to do all of it. Do the first step this week. Quick recap. Let us pull it together. Start by getting clear on who you are trying to reach and the one core message you want them to remember. Put your free foundations in place before anything else, a simple clear website or landing page. Your free listings such as a Google business profile and nonprofit programs like Google for Nonprofits if you are eligible, and an email list you actually own. Treat owned channels, your email and website, as more valuable than rented ones like social media. Choose 1 or 2 channels you can sustain rather than trying to be everywhere. Tell one specific human story instead of an abstract pitch. Measure only the few things that matter, visits, sign-ups, and donations, and favor consistency over bursts, because a steady rhythm you can keep beats a big push you cannot. Because free programs and platform features change, always confirm the current details on the official source rather than assuming from a video. Remember, you do not need a big budget or a marketing agency to make real progress. You need focus over spreading yourself thin, consistency over occasional bursts, and a habit of building on channels you own rather than ones you merely rent. Start small, start this week, and let the effort compound. Nothing here is a promise of a particular outcome, and no honest person can guarantee donations, followers, or funding. So always verify program details with the official source before you rely on them. But the direction is solid and it is entirely within your reach. If this gave you a clearer place to begin, subscribe for practical charity marketing you can actually use, and I will keep turning this into plain, doable steps, one video at a time.